What's going on, gardeners? Today is July 17th and it is my 39th birthday. I wish I could tell you that this was a happy birthday, but it isn't. This year is going to be one of the biggest changes to my life, and nothing is ever going to be the same for me. So I wanted to use this occasion to pause, reflect, and share with you all what is going on in my life, since I consider you all to truly be a part of my life and you deserve to know.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and check out my Amazon store and Spreadshop links in the video description for everything I use in my garden and awesome custom apparel and gear.
First, I want to start off by saying that I've never been one of those folks that got sad on my birthday, that whole 1 year older thing that gets some people down. Birthdays are arbitrary. You aren't any older on your birthday than you are when you wake up on any other given day. All birthdays are an excuse to celebrate, spend some time with family and friends, and do something nice for yourself that you otherwise wouldn't. At worst, they should be just another day. But that being said, about every 10 to 15 years or so, I have noticed that we seem to go through some type of internal crisis where we feel like we're spinning our wheels, we are burnt out from our routine, and we desperately need a life change. And I think I'm having one of those internal crises right now. Let me rewind a few decades. I grew up in South Jersey, about 20 minutes west of Atlantic City, in a little town called Egg Harbor City. I lived a very privileged childhood. Not money-wise. Look up Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. None of us there came from any kind of money. My privilege was I grew up with two parents that worked full-time, a little brother, and my mother was a nurse and she worked 3 12-hour shifts every single week, so she was home 4 days a week on average. And on days when she wasn't home, I lived across the street from my grandmother, so I would often go there after school and wait until my dad got home from work. So aside from the time I physically spent at school itself, I was pretty much always surrounded by family growing up. If you are a longtime subscriber of mine, you know that I am of Italian-American descent. Well, my grandmother, that I lived across the street from growing up, well, she cooked Sunday dinner practically every Sunday, literally my entire childhood. She made spaghetti and meatballs almost every Sunday from when I was in diapers all the way until beyond I graduated college. And everybody came to these Sunday dinners. My parents, my brother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, even some of my grandmother's childhood friends. There were usually 12 to 15 of us seated around the table every single Sunday, sometimes even more when everybody showed up. I got 25 years of that luxury. So I grew up with a very strong bond and very close relationship to my family, and I grew up a really happy kid. I also got my very first job when I was 11 years old working on a farm where we grew mostly corn, tomatoes, peaches, apples, and we made apple cider on premises. I know, cliche, I grew up working on a farm, but it's true. I was the weird kid that begged for a summer job when I was in 5th grade instead of sitting at home and playing video games. And surprise, surprise, old MacDonald had a farm. So all things considered, I grew up a pretty happy kid. I had a great close family. I had a job with some disposable cash in my pocket for my age. And while I was far from popular, still aren't, I had friends. I also had a fairly easy time at school for the most part. I was really blessed. Don't get me wrong, I had my struggles here and there just like any kid, but I'll never complain about them because I know how lucky I was. This happiness continued throughout college for the most part, where once I got used to my new autonomy and schedule and made some friends, I did pretty well and I had a good experience. But then I had to enter the real world. I graduated college in 2009 at the absolute bottom of the financial crisis with a terrible job market. Jobs were few and far between, and those that were hiring were routinely paying 20 to 30% less than any of us anticipated. My degree was in electrical engineering, but I couldn't find a job with an actual engineering company. The only companies I could find hiring at the time were construction companies. Now, luckily for me, I did complete 3 internships in construction while I was in college, and my father was also in construction, so I was pretty used to it, and I wasn't afraid to take a risk. So with student loan bills quickly becoming a thing, I decided that I would take a risk and take a job in construction and just see how I liked it. One of the cool things about working in the construction industry is the level of autonomy that you get. Instead of being a micromanaged entry-level engineer, you are thrown into the ocean with the sharks and you are expected to learn how to swim on your own. I was given a surprising level of freedom for my age, so I took full advantage of it and I used it to learn as much as I could as quickly as I could. And I learned a lot. My first 5 years working in construction were awesome. Instead of spending 9 hours in a day in an office cubicle, I was constantly on job sites meeting new people from all different walks of life, from construction workers to other engineers to city and state department heads to managers from subcontractors and competitors. It was cool, and I was constantly getting fresh air and exercise. I loved it. By the time I was 26 years old, I was managing multi-million-dollar construction contracts as a project manager. Again, truly awesome. But it was a lot of responsibility, and as the company grew and we won more and more work, I was managing so many different contracts and so many different workers in the field that I was rapidly losing that work-life balance quality of life. Phone calls would start rolling in as early as 4:30 a.m. I would frequently find myself on job sites 45 minutes to an hour away at 6 a.m. to help the crews get started for the morning, and then after spending 4 to 6 hours on that job site, I'd then have to drive back to the office to do paperwork and simultaneously try and win new work. I can't tell you how many of my days started at 4:30 a.m. and I'd be in the office until 6 or 7 p.m. By the time I was 30, I was so burnt out and miserable. When my alarm clock would go off in the morning, I would hit snooze and just stare up at the ceiling for 1 or 2 snooze cycles, just dreading the day that would come. And that is when I hit my quarter-life crisis. I think that's what they call it these days. It was at that point that I hit rock bottom, and I decided I desperately needed to overhaul my entire life and make a massive career change. And one thing that I will say about myself is, when I decide I'm going to do something, I make sure it happens. So within 18 months, I studied for and passed the Fundamentals of Engineering exam. I got my engineering training certificate. I quit my job. I changed careers entirely from construction and got a job with an engineering firm. I studied for and passed the professional engineering exam, got my professional engineering license, and I picked up and I moved from Philadelphia to Wilmington, North Carolina. All of that happened in a year and a half. Since then, I have become a licensed practicing professional engineer in 6 different states, and thanks to my unique construction background, I've become quite good at plan design and project delivery. Also, just to complicate the issue even more, while I was in the midst of making all of these major life changes, I also started this YouTube channel back in 2018 when I was 31 years old. This channel was never meant to be anything more than a creative outlet for my true passion. Gardening, of course. I had no idea it would blow up the way it did, which I am incredibly grateful for. As the channel gained popularity, I began putting as much time and effort into these YouTube videos as I did my full-time job. And I also started a second channel, 2-Minute Garden Tips. Now, I'm a one-man show. I do all my own filming, all my own editing and uploading, so this endeavor easily takes 40 hours a week. So by the time I do any work in my garden at all, I am in it for 80 to 90 hours every week between this and my full-time job. I have been literally working 80 to 90 hours a week every week for the last 4 years, plus all the time it actually takes for me to do all this work in my yard and garden. So when you add it up, it's over 100 hours of work every week for 4 years. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I do this because I truly love it. The only thing on this planet that I love more than gardening is Dale. And I guess my wife, Brittany. And my parents, brother, and family in general are pretty great too, but you know what I mean. The point is, I did the thing again. I made a massive life change a decade ago because my career choices were overwhelming me and destroying my quality of life, and I was miserable because I was so burnt out. Well, smartly changing my career gave me my quality of life back. So what did I do with my newfound free time? I loaded it up with all kinds of additional obligations, worked 100-hour work weeks for years, keeping me up working until 11 p.m., 7 days a week, and I don't have the benefit of being in my 20s anymore. I can't recover the way I used to. Yes, I know that I'm not empirically old, but at 39 years old, I can't recover like I could when I was 29 years old. And I was beat to a pulp back then, so I'm really beat now. So back to my original point, here we are like clockwork a decade later, and I'm having another one of these internal crises. And it's identical to the one that I was having in my late 20s. I am being completely smothered by this feeling that I need to change my life and start over again because I can't keep going on this way. It is too much for me to handle, both mentally and physically. 10 years ago, I had my quarter-life crisis. I guess this is my midlife crisis. I mean, according to life expectancy charts, I'm pretty much there. So what does this mean exactly? Well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure. All I can tell you is what it doesn't mean. I can tell you it doesn't mean I'm going to be blowing my cash on a Corvette and an exotic vacation. Retail therapy just isn't my thing. I don't like stuff. If you like that sort of thing, I won't really hold it against you, but for me, buying a bunch of stuff is like sitting down and eating an entire half-gallon of ice cream where you feel better immediately, and then the spoon hits the bottom and you're like, oh no, what have I done? Unless, of course, you're doing something like buying fruit trees, then buying 100 different fig trees. Well, that's completely reasonable. I can also tell you that I won't be quitting this YouTube channel. There is precisely a 0% chance of that happening anytime soon. This is currently where my passion lies, so for now, as long as I am alive, able to walk, speak, and control a keyboard and a mouse, I will be making these videos. This is my creative outlet, and connecting with all of you and receiving comments that say that these videos have helped you, it's given me such a real sense of purpose in life that I could never get working a job. Because this channel has grown so much, I can't respond to all of the comments like I used to years ago, but please, if any of these videos have inspired you or helped you in any way, please let me know by leaving a comment. I still try to read and respond to as many of them as I physically can. Seeing the kind words that you leave me are literally the motivation that keeps me going and doing this. I can't do this without your support. I really need you all to keep commenting and hitting the like button on these videos as much as possible. And finally, this is not some sort of tease or announcement that I'm picking up and moving to my Florida homestead property that I purchased a couple of years ago or anything like that. Doing that move has a rough target date of somewhere around 2030. I simply cannot move anytime soon because not only have my parents and my wife's parents all moved down to this area, the housing costs have literally doubled since 2020. Even if I could say bye to our families, I simply cannot afford to develop that property yet. It's going to take me several years of saving and living conservatively to make that dream a reality. If you want to help, please do things like hit the like button on my videos, leave a comment, share the videos that you enjoy on your social media pages or with friends and family directly. Doing those things hugely influence the algorithm to promote these videos to a wider audience. Taking just a few minutes to do those things as often as you can really means a lot, and I am so grateful to all of you that have done that with my videos. Your viewership and interactions mean everything to me. What I can tell you is to expect some big announcements coming about my channel and my life situation over the next few months. It's a little premature to mention anything specifically, but as summer winds down and the garden starts demanding less work, I will be using the additional time to make some big changes in an attempt to reclaim some of my quality of life and hopefully improve the content that I bring you every single week on both of my channels. So please, don't fade away from my channel as the summer and the rest of the season begins to fade. Stay tuned because I think you're going to like it. I also want you to know that this isn't an act or a production. I don't have anyone working behind the scenes. I don't have any investors. It's just me sharing to you what I love to do. Look, I mean, there's nobody here in my yard right now. It's literally just me. It's my birthday. My wife is working. I'm standing around filming this video because I don't have anything else to do at this time. And I also make these videos because I want you to know that I struggle. I struggle with who I am, with my past, my present, my future. I regularly feel unsure about myself. My garden isn't some immaculate show garden. I have crops fail on me every single year, and I try to share those failures with you to be relatable. I mean, I'm far from perfect, and hey, I'm totally okay with that. Perfection is boring. If we were all perfect, nothing interesting would ever happen in our lives. We'd all be the same, and there would never be a reason to try anything new and take a risk. If you take anything away from this video, embrace your imperfections and try to make tiny little life improvements over time. Don't make huge jumps, just chip away day by day. Despite all of the struggles that I've had in my life, I've managed to be fairly successful over essentially 3 different careers. The construction career part of my life, the engineering career part of my life, and now this YouTube thing. None of this was accomplished by any big sweeping changes. I just tried to take one tiny step forward every day, and over 20 years, baby steps add up. I know this isn't the typical video that I make on my channel, but I genuinely wanted to take this time and open up to you all because I really do consider you a family. We may not be blood family, but we are chosen family, bonded together by common interests. Chosen family is really a thing. In fact, sometimes chosen family can get along a lot better than blood family. I've never really taken the time to sit down and talk about where I came from, where I was born, my childhood, or anything like that, and talk about who I am. And that's because I always try to make the videos about gardening and not about me, but I've realized that I owe it to you all to disclose some of this stuff here and there, because the truth is, you have all so graciously taken the time to let me into your lives that I genuinely owe you. So if you have somehow managed to make it this far into this video, thank you so much. Your viewership is so greatly appreciated, and I hope I didn't chew up the scenery too much. I promise the next video I release on my channel will actually be about gardening and not me. That being said, if you did enjoy this video and you got something out of it, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you're notified when I release more videos like these. I promise the next one will actually be about gardening. Speaking of gardening, for all of the products that I use in real life in this garden that I'm sitting in right now, they are all linked in my Amazon storefront. All you have to do is go to the video description, expand it, and click on the Amazon storefront link, and you'll see everything I use in real life. And while you're down there, please consider checking out my spread shop for custom merch if you want to support my channel. And please keep your eyes out over the next few months for some exciting announcements about me and my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see all of you again on the next video. Hey Dale, we finally have some non-gator wildlife around the pond today. We got ourselves some egrets or herons or some kind of bird. I don't know. We have ourselves a white bird and a blue bird, and Dale is dragging me into the woods because it was 105 degrees today, so we had to wait all the way until 7 o'clock just before we can get outside because it is so outrageously hot and sunny here. And it's going to get even hotter, buddy. I think this is going to be one of the hottest weeks of the summer. So we're going to be cranking the AC and doing late walks, unfortunately. But that's okay. We're still doing our best. And we're enjoying the summer as best as we can, because as hard as the heat is, it's better than freezing.